What is going on, everyone, and welcome to this video. I don't know why I did the intro like that. In this video, I want to talk to you and show you live. I haven't set anything up here. All I've done is opened up Black Box Amazon phrases research. I want to show you how I've gone about doing this method and actually found myself some cool products by actually just doing the keywords thing on Black Box, the keywords research. It's quite straightforward, and you can actually find sort of untapped opportunities doing this method. So I thought I would, run it over live. Like, nothing's been set up here. I'm just doing this live. I've no idea if I'm even going to find anything, but probably I will, because this is a powerful, powerful method. This isn't talking about importing stuff from China or anything like that. This is stuff that I can actually, hopefully, we can get we can actually buy from wholesalers or something, put things together in the UK and actually test them quite low. Now, we're not looking for loads and loads of sales. We're looking for a product that can sell consistently, even if it's 1-2 a day, and make you, maybe hundreds of pounds profit per month consistently. And then that's what I do anyway. I've loads of what I'm building up right now is loads of, like, not that fast selling products, but they're pretty stable and they're consistent. And then I want to have hundreds of them, because that's the stable way of doing it, in my opinion. So without further ado, let's dive into it. So this is Black Box, obviously, Amazon phrases research on Helium 10. This is the keyword section. So I did the products version. So if you haven't seen that, you can go ahead and watch that after this. The product section there. This is the keyword section that we're doing instead of the product ones. So we're actually searching for keywords that are sort of undersaturated, rather than something that we can compete in, rather than products. Now, I prefer this method. I actually prefer doing this method for many reasons. So let's look into it. So let's do some criteria boxes. So search volume. So I'm in the UK, and look, as I say, we're not looking for a private label product that's selling thousands a month. Well, I'm not. As I say, I prefer to go wide, not deep. So I can do a minimum, and if I can get a few keywords there that people were searching for, to sell 1, 2, 3, 5 a day, maybe even 10 a day, you don't actually need thousands and thousands of people searching for that keyword. So if I've got 10 keywords that are all doing 200 searches a month, then that's 2,000 people searching for me a month. And if that's a really undersaturated product with no competition really, or just a couple of competitions, you could get your maybe 1, 2, 3 sales a day from that, and you could earn hundreds of pounds profit from that. So I'm going to do 200 search volume, and I'm actually going to max that out at 7,000, just because I'm not actually interested. Well, it's not I'm not interested in them, but basically, the higher search these go for, the more people looking for a product, the more saturated that tends to be, and the less long-term I think it probably is. Because, with competition, with fast-selling products comes loads of people seeing that, and then you're opening yourself up to constantly having to innovate and change the product. So I actually quite like some of my best-selling products that I enjoy. They sell 1 or 2 a day, but I don't have to worry that competition is going to keep coming in and undercutting me and trying to get my spot and stuff. On some of my faster selling products, competition has just undercut me and just in some cases ruined. Like, for example, one of my products, and I've had to keep innovating. It's quite stressful. So sometimes it's nice to have products that aren't selling loads and loads and loads, and just let that happen in Q4. Just one way of doing it. It's just one way of doing it. So the monthly revenue, let's put a minimum of, let's say, 2,000. And then a maximum of, I don't know, let's say, this is for the keyword, by the way, let's say 100,000. Because that's the keyword, not specific product, by the way. That would be way too much for a specific product for what I just talked about. Price. I want to go a little bit juicier. So let's say 25 to 50. I want to start selling some higher ticket products with. Reviews, I'm going to say 120 reviews, because any more than that, I don't really want to. It could be a little bit too competitive when it comes to the ads. No minimum there. And then review rating, we're not going to do that. Word count, let's say 7, because generally the longer tail keyword it is, the less competition you have. That's what I found. And I think we're going to, okay, let's do a category. I've got my lemon and ginger tea here, although I must say it tastes more like ginger than lemon. Let's do, look, health and personal care. Let's let that happen. Pet supplies. Toys and games, don't need to do that, and stationery. Let's have a look at this. Let's give that a search there. See what happens. And we've got 80 phrases. That's good. I'm happy with that. So let's start looking. Let's start having a look through. So some of them that have come out are going to be sort of brands, and you can't really do much with them unless you're going to sort of compete in a different way. So I'm going to leave that. Amazon returns palette. That's interesting. I've never seen that. Till rolls. Yeah, we've got some till rolls there. So it's not something that I'm interested in doing. But I suppose you could look for a wholesaler. And if you could get them in cheap enough. Let's have a quick look. It's not something, I would necessarily look at. But let's have a little look here. See what's going on with the till rolls. 80 mighty till rolls. Let's have a look. Because this could be something that you could get in from a wholesaler if there wasn't much competition, and then get your markup on Amazon. So there's 20 rolls there for £23. So if this wasn't that competitive, just looking by the reviews, it doesn't actually look very competitive at all. So if you were actually to look, we could start looking for manufacturers in the UK or wholesalers in the UK, or even in, abroad. You could look in places like Alibaba and stuff like that. I guess they're probably quite heavy, but the reviews are good. And if they were selling enough and all that sort of stuff, you could actually compete in here if you could find it cheap enough to make your gap. It's not the sort of product that I generally would go for, but that's just giving you an idea that, the potential's endless. Liquidation stock pallets. We're not going to get into pallets, obviously. Zeta West, extra large envelope. Zeta West, I don't know what that is, so I'm going to leave that. Soft bullet toy gun realistic. Now, I personally wouldn't sell anything like this because I think you're going to have issues. You could get your listing suppressed. I mean, you're not allowed to sell that sort of stuff on eBay. I don't know about Amazon, but I very much doubt they want to sell realistic guns on Amazon. So I would stay away from that. 18mm thermal till roll. So we've got another till roll here. So look, there seems to be something going on. Let's have a little look. Let's open that tab up again. There's only 122 results for this till roll thing. And these ones seem to be selling well with really low competition. So, I mean, that's 60 till rolls for £55. If you could actually source the small till rolls, it looks like they're, depending on your supply that you could get, it looks like there could be something going on there. Unless we could innovate in some way and do well, you couldn't really put a till with it, but do you know what I mean? Like a bundle of a till and the till roll. Obviously, that'd be way too heavy, but the ideas are flowing, I don't know what that is. Bunny outfit, adult. Interesting. It's because it's coming up to Easter, I suppose. A bunny. Everyone's dressing up as bunnies. Let's have a look. You've got to be aware of seasonal demand as well. Seasonal sort of stuff. Last thing you want to do is buy or import a load of products. And then the season's gone. You've got to wait for next Easter by the time it comes here. But I mean, yeah, look, there's a sort of bunny outfit thing here, which, a lot of them have got really low reviews because it's very seasonal. So if you hit this right with a good supplier, once again, there's opportunities everywhere. It's not something that I would sell again because it's just, clothing, you get a lot of returns, for example, anyway. But for the results that are coming up, it's great to see the potential of ideas here. Coach Defender dog bed. Let's see what that is. By the way, guys, you can sort of get yourself into rabbit holes from all of this stuff. So you don't have to be sourcing the exact keyword. Don't shy away from doing your research on it, because if you don't want to source that particular product, you could click into that and find yourself sub-products. Say, for example, a dog bed pillow, for example. Don't even know if that exists. You could start finding yourself in these rabbit holes and then finding your opportunity elsewhere. So just take a look at these keywords and look at potentials, opportunities that aren't being done too much. I mean, the reviews are hardly anything here. Some of the reviews are really low here, and that's some other stuff we could put into the filters. Look, they're really low, like, you know, 3.5 stars, 3 stars, 3.5 stars. There looks like there's room for improvement here if anyone could source sort of dog beds, you know, like good ones, because look, Couch Defender dog bed. I mean, I've never even heard of that, but it's quite a good idea. Once again, it's not the sort of product I'd usually sell because I'm not in it, but the ideas here are great. This just gives you examples of things that are definitely, there's room for improvement here. Most of this stuff is under 4 stars or 4 stars. There's another 3.5 star there. There's something going wrong here. There's definitely room for improvement here. I mean, how many searches is that one getting a month? That is getting 472, but no doubt that's also going to come up in other searches as well, other keywords. So if that was a product that I wanted to go ahead with and test, by the way, then I would also be looking for other keywords for that. I mean, it's probably going to rank for like dog beds as well, dog beds for small dogs and things like that. You can actually get that keyword and type that into Cerebro as well and things like that, and actually start looking for keywords that also go for it. You don't want to just go for one keyword and get all of your ranking from one keyword, ideally. I do have probably one product that does do that, slow seller, and there's quite a lot of your eggs in one basket on that one particular keyword. You want your searches coming in from multiple keywords, ideally, so that you've got that sort of extra added protection, if you like. If you want to give Helium Telling a go, by the way, obviously I've got 50% off code underneath. I think Lemieux Bluebell, I don't know what that is, looks like a brand name as well. Tough Tray Stand, 1,470 search, monthly sales 66. Sounds like my sort of cup of tea, that sort of search stuff. Let's have a little look. Tough Tray Stand. I'm loving all these results, 305 results. There's really low competition in a lot of these things. I bet the reviews are pretty low. Look, 170, 105. 1 review, 16 reviews, 73 reviews, 33 reviews. Very easy to compete in things like this. Now, this is probably an oversized item, but look, it's not something that I would shy away from if this was the sort of product that I was looking at, because a lot of people won't do it because they think it's oversized. But is it that oversized? It's probably not that hard to sell this sort of stuff, to be honest. It's probably not that heavy either. If this was something that we could source, I think there's a lot of potential here, because the reviews are very low. Like there's definitely room to compete in things like this. It's because it's coming up to summer as well. People want this sort of stuff. Tough Tray Stand. So yeah, it's for kids, isn't it, to put all their stuff on. So there's ideas everywhere. As I say, you don't necessarily might not want to source these particular products. It's not the sort of product that's like a straight down the line private label product you'd have to probably import. Not necessarily, you probably would. So it's not something that I would actually be interested in, but it's the ideas that are coming about here. And you could use this method in any way that you want for any sort of category, whatever your sort of selling is, you know. Maybe some of you do want to do private label and import it like that. Maybe some of you want to do some sort of bundles so you can, look what works for you. Maybe you just want to do arbitrage sort of thing, so you could find a tray like that, like a Tough Tray Stand, and then you could look for one, source one in Homebase or something on the sale, and then you could add your listing to that thing. There's so many ideas. There's so much potential everywhere. And this tool seems to just bring up all the potential from all these different areas. Bunny suit. We've got a bunny suit again because it's coming up to Easter. 484 searches. Chicken costume outfit. Chicken costume outfit. Wow. And there's people making loads of money from that, no doubt. These thermal till rolls keep coming up. Returns palette. Adult Easter bunny costume. Well, that's all the searches that have come up for them one, guys. But you can see how this tool works. You can start entering all of these different phrases and then finding the particular products that work for you. And I've actually found some cool keywords that have worked for me in the particular products that I source using this method. So, as I say, have a little fiddle around with it. Give it a go on here and have a little fiddle around with it. Ask yourself what works for you, what criteria do you want, and then chuck it in and give it a go. Once you find the keyword, you then want to type that in Cerebro, find more keywords, and then find yourself in a situation where you're like, well, have I got enough search volume here to get the amount of sales that I want? And then you can just test the item and see how it goes. So I hope that video's helped someone. Please like and subscribe. And there's my very feminine mug there with my lemon and ginger tea. I'll see you all in the next video. Have a great day.